On the 31st of December 2023, during the crossover night, the man of God released both international, national, and state prophecies. One of the prophecies under the international prophecies talks about the crash of an aircraft, which he described as 737 or 747 in a location in Asia continent. Watch the video below.
Some of the things that the Lord revealed to me that will happen the year 2024. One, I saw on the international scene, I saw the disappearance of an aircraft. Is it 737 or 747 from the radar system? But this plane, I saw it crash in a country in Asia continent.
On 2nd of January 2024, Japan A350, also known as Airbus, equivalent to 747, crashed in Japan.
Passengers and crew. It had set off from Shinchitoshi Airport in the city of Sapporo at 4:22 p.m. local time on a flight that would take 1 hour and 25 minutes. Here's the route Flight 516 was taking according to flight radar. You can see other aircraft on the same path into Tokyo's Haneda Airport. By 5:45 p.m, the plane had turned, ready for its final approach over Tokyo Bay. The airliner touches down on runway C at 5:47. It's at this point it's in collision with the Japan Coast Guard plane. The Bombardier Dash 8, one like this, had 6 crew on board and was preparing to take off to the port city of Niigata. Only the pilot would survive. The plane was not equipped with a modern ADS-B transponder used to transmit information about an aircraft's position.
This extraordinary footage caught on Haneda Airport's CCTV system shows the moment a Japan Airlines A350 struck a Japanese Coast Guard plane.
2 lead stories in Japan, starting with the investigation that is currently underway into the crash between a Japan Airlines Airbus and a Coast Guard aircraft at Tokyo's Haneda Airport that killed 5 crew. So these are the pictures of what's left of the Airbus A350 after it caught fire following the collision. All 367 passengers and 12 crew managed to escape from the burning aircraft, and there's been widespread praise for the cabin crew to make that happen. 5 of the 6 people who were on board the Coast Guard aircraft died. Rupert Wingfield-Hayes reports.
Before 2 planes collided in Tokyo. The new details are contained in a transcript of air traffic control communications showing the Coast Guard plane did not have permission to enter the runway.
On 5th of January 2024, Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 made an emergency landing at Portland in the US, and a section of the aircraft blew out in the mid-air.
Alaska Airlines is now grounding its entire fleet of Boeing 737-9 MAX planes after a terrifying trip on Friday. Alaska Airlines Flight 1282 had just taken off from Portland, Oregon, when a section of its cabin ripped off, leaving a gaping hole, as you see right there, in the jet with more than 170 passengers on board. One passenger captured the scene during the very tense but silent moments after the incident happened. They are all nearly paralyzed in fear there. The plane was only airborne for about 20 minutes before the pilot made an emergency landing back in Portland. One person was taken to the hospital with a minor injury. Another passenger describes the harrowing ordeal.
I understand from talking to a lady who was sitting in the row immediately behind where the panel blew out that there was you could see later that there was a 2-window section panel that blew out. It's about as wide as a refrigerator and about 2/3 as high. And she said there was, I guess, a boy and his mother were sitting in that row, and his shirt was sucked off him and out of the plane, and his mother was holding onto him. And she said her own little boy's phone went out too.
Incredible. CNN aviation correspondent Pete Montine is tracking all of the latest developments. Pete, I mean, what do we know about how this happened?
This happened in a really explosive moment, Frederica, like the most violent convertible ride you've ever been on. In this case, a Boeing 737 MAX 9 in row 26, where there could have been a door. This plane did not have it, known as a door plug.